What is up, guys? You can have that. What is up, guys? My husband just informed me that he is going to transfer to another position. Now, let me tell you why this is a horrible situation. He has been having problems with this job since negative day one, because before he started, we were having problems in San Diego with these people. So it wasn't like a situation where it was something fun to deal with. Now, everybody knows, for the most part, everyone hates their jobs and they're just doing it just because. But I had told him several different times, like, hey, look for something else if you're not happy. You're not a prisoner. You can always choose something else. Well, now he received some type of paperwork that says ship up or ship out, basically. And so here we are, and he's like depressed. So talk to the people, Kevin.
Listen, I did set up a contingency plan. I do have my two other side hustles I do as a delivery driver. My issue with this situation is that we both me and the job had different expectation of what to expect, and it just wasn't panning out. I'm more upset because I've always 30 years that I've been working, I probably had one issue with a job or with a temp agency, and that was it.
Let me stop really fast. Let me get in here, because no, he has not had just one issue. He's had one issues with an employer, but he's had issues with all his jobs personally. All right, Kevin, you can go back.
Well, I had issues with one job because I'm a hard worker, and when I go in there, I go in hard, and I handle my responsibilities at the job, and people would take advantage of that. You know, from when I was active duty on the way forward, the civilian world. So, my situation is that I had a hard time with dealing with people, because I came from a militaristic background where I was like, listen, I need to do this, I need to get it done, that was it. So, and the civilian world is different, and people tend to want to use you, and which, you know, she's been telling me over and over again, any place I go into, she's like, listen, at the end of the day, it's a job. They want you to perform to the highest ability, and they want you to do what they want you to do, because that's what they paid you for. And I mean, I wish you guys, hope you guys wish for the best. There's something else going through this.
Oh my gosh, my issue with him is that he waits until someone else is making a decision for him, and then he feels all the stress that comes from that. So it's like, they give you this piece of paper, they tell you need to do this by this date, and now he feels all the pressure from that. So that's what happens with him. He's definitely a person that waits till the last minute and lets other people decide, and now he's telling me he's depressed, despite the fact that he's depressed getting up, going to his job every day. I don't know, like, what am I supposed to do? So, at this moment, I do believe that I can at least make enough to pay the mortgage, and that's what I'm concerned with. Groceries and mortgage, that's what I care about. But
my side hustle will probably pay the rest of the bills.
So if he leaves me alone, I can do it. But if he does not, then I guess we're gonna be homeless. Make sure you mark that. So yeah, he came home. Well, actually, he called me and he's like, hey, I'm putting in for a transfer. And I was like, okay. And I don't know. I don't really have a feeling about it, just because he's been complaining this whole time. And then to hear him like, oh my gosh, I'm so depressed right now. I mean, I guess I partially get it, because he's in jeopardy of possibly not having this job. But at the same time, you didn't want it in the first place, so find something different. Now, we talked earlier before all this happened, and the goal was, you know, to have our expenses for 3 months paid, you know, saved up, so that he could transition into just fully doing the side gig. and that way we don't have to worry up front, and we can just start paying for whatever we needed to. No, go that way. But you know, things might change, situation might change, so we don't know what's happening right now at this point. But I mean, I just want him to know that that's not the only option. I was gonna say answer and then option at the same time, so I guess that's where that came from.
Yeah.
But it's not the only option out there, is just this particular job. And also, I wanted him to start looking into getting his benefits that are due to him. And a lot of the things I told him to do, he hasn't done them. So this is why I get frustrated a lot with him, because he waits till the last minute and then he starts with this crap that's going on right now. So
I understand. Like I'm conflicted because I have a family to take care of, and as a guy, as a man, when you have the responsibility, I've seen so many people that have said, "Hey, you have to suck it up and deal with it because you have a family."
I've never told him that.
She's never told me that, but I've had other older guys tell me, "Hey, I hated what I was doing, but I had to do it because it paid the bills."
But I've never told him that.
You know,
I'm the one that matters. I'm the one that lives with them, and I'm the one that has to deal with them. So I'm the one that matters.
I didn't want to be pushed like this, but my track record is I get pushed like this. You know, on my ship, I got pushed like this. I had a hard time making a decision, and my thing is I just want to find my niche of what I'm meant to do, or what I'm meant to do with my rest of my life, versus having to go somewhere and be taken advantage of, and at the end of the day not being fulfilled. You know, she's forever telling me that you don't have to put up with this, you don't have to do it, you don't have to, and you know.
I'm pretty awesome, you guys. I just
She is pretty awesome. She's pretty awesome. She's the one that was telling me, hey, you're not active anymore, you have to put up with this. I had a friend of mine that was active duty, he said the same thing. He's like, you wear it not.
I gave him a business idea.
Yeah, she did.
And something that it would really generate a lot of income around here, especially.
Yeah.
And he has the clientele for that. So, like at his actual job, because there's a whole bunch of veterans there. So I don't know. We're gonna see what he does, because he's annoying me. And he wants to be on his own and work on his own, but at the same time, he's waiting for instructions. So how do you entrepreneur like that? Is all I'm saying.
I have to break out of the employee mindset. That's the problem. I'd rather be working from home with my wife.
He won't even let me work from home. He will interrupt me every chance he gets.
You know what? I'd rather be home with her versus being out there on the street.
Concentrate around all this. I'm just.
I can concentrate. I'm just saying. I'd rather be doing it, because I was, even when I was leaving off vacation and coming home. Going in today, I was just like, man. I kept looking at my clock, and I'm just like, I gotta show up.
I was knocked out for once. But this is like a glimpse into our real life situation. Real situations going on as they're happening. So yeah,
real life.
Yeah, so hopefully, I do a lot of this for him so he can look back on it, because he consistently watches our vlogs over and over again. So hopefully he'll see this as a message to himself.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look at it, because I definitely like the fact that
a message to himself and a note to himself, that this is not the end all be all of what happens to you.
I think the universe is trying to tell me something, like you're meant to do better. You're meant to do more.
Are you scratching?
And you've been playing it safe for so long. We got to push you out in Arizona. My issue is problem.
Like a billion times. Okay.
Yes, but I can't make. My thing is, I don't like dragging my family through this. If it was just myself, it would be another story.
Talk to the vlog.
But I don't like having my.
Sorry guys, we left for a minute. We forgot we were vlogging, but hopefully he figures out whatever he needs to figure out, because yeah. And I can't make this decision for him.
Yes, I'm gonna be doing my side hustle, and go from there to figure out what I really want to do with the rest of my life.
This begging a dog. Begging a dog. Yeah, hopefully you'll figure it out, because honestly I'm tired of stressing.
Yeah, she need to be stressing about this. I've always had a gang of jobs. All the years that she's known me, I've always had side hustles I'm working as a nurse's aide, medical resource staffing,
A side
reserves.
hustle.
I did a lot of different things. So I have a lot of skill sets locked up in
He
there.
could be
It's
an
got-
Uber. His dad used to drive cabs,
Yeah.
actually. So
I
mean,
qualified for it. I signed up for it.
it makes a lot of money. I mean, but it also
signed-
doesn't.
yeah,
You know,
I
like it's
signed up
kind of
for
a
it.
weird thing when you're doing side hustles because you definitely don't get paid your worth. So it's just definitely a weird thing. The only one I liked was Amazon, but even they took you through hell, like with the streets and all
Yeah,
that
they
stuff.
trashed your car.
Yeah, they
They-
did. We
they-
spent $6,000 in car repairs, and we made $6,000.
Yep.
So it was crazy. I'm gonna leave it up to the higher beings. Whatever happens, happens. It just, you know, I had to work harder on my end to make sure that we're good, and then he's gonna have to figure out what he's gonna do on his end. So it's not like I didn't take what I do seriously, but I just get interrupted a lot. So when he's at work, it's perfect for me. Because
Until I get home, I want all the attention.
yeah, it's a
But I mean, honestly, I'm trying to reel that in because I realize she's been going hard ever since even when we got back off our trip. So it's just been a challenge because I'm so used to, I'll come home, undivided attention. Now once I come home, I'm trying to do these customer support gigs so I can bring some income into the table, which is grateful because it takes a load off my back because I've been doing this for so long. So it's like, okay, this is a breather. At the same time, I wanted to cut out time for us, because I kind of made myself, I made work a priority. That's why, with this situation with my job, I was so wrapped up into
I need a printer.
a work and stuff like that. That became my identity. And even when I see her working like that, I'm like, I get jealous. I'm like, I want you to give me my time. And then she's like, listen, what happened to the time when your ass is, coming in from work, and I want time, and you're butt tired, and you want to sit back on the couch and pass out. So it's
I don't pass out. I'm just stay working.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's time to go to sleep, I go to sleep now.
Yeah, right.
Well, I do get up and I am on my phone.
Yeah, she gets up and I see the light just flipped on.
I can't sleep all the way, but when I do knock out, it's usually around the time he's getting up and
Yeah.
I finally fall asleep. But
It kind of blows my mind though. I'm like, oh, so my hours is between. I start getting up around 4:45 mentally. Now look at the clock, hit the snooze button again, get up again, and I'm looking over her, and she's just.
yeah,
I'm like, really? This is crazy.
but I stay up pretty late working, and then so that our sleep patterns are different because he goes to bed earlier than me. I stay up later than him, and then when he's getting up, I'm not getting up. So
She used to get up around the time I get up.
I would get up and go work out.
She go work out or grab the dog and take a walk. I'm
I
like,
need
wait
to
a
start
minute.
getting into like a routine
Yep.
or something like that whenever he gets up. Maybe force him to come with me for like 30 minutes or something.
I think
Walk
that'd
the
be
dog
nice.
and try to get into a routine. I just also need to get in a routine for an actual bedtime for myself. I think that would be like really helpful if I knew like I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock each night. But I don't do that. I say I'm going to go to bed. We made a deal to go to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And then I go to bed at like 4 or 5 sometimes. There's no more on there, buddy. You ate them all. You ate them all. They're all gone. You guys need to see this begging dog right here. 'Cause all he's doing is begging. Show them you beg. Show them you beg. What do you want? See, he's trying to show me this bowl right here, and he keeps looking at it. What do you want, Wolf? What is it? And see, he keeps pointing to that bowl because he wants what was in that bowl, but I gave it to him. And that, look, see, that's him saying, give me this bowl. And this is what we've been talking about behind the scenes. Give me the bowl. Give me the bowl.
He's ready to walk.
Give me the bowl. His hind legs are messed up, so he's not doing much of that kind of walking anymore. But anyways, my battery's dying. We love you. And until next time, we'll see you again. Bye.